Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today, starting with the Atlanta Braves versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Braves opening up as road favorites at -150. The Phillies +125 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 46-26. The Phillies 38-34. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 4.12. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 3.82. Strider, his last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Suarez, his last start he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Braves 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game winning streak. Phillies also on a 6-game winning streak. They're playing very good right now. Both teams playing good. Atlanta is 2-4 straight up against the Phillies. Phillies 6-1 at home. Suarez been very good on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. And Strider has had some rough starts here. He's given up 15 runs on his last 3 starts on the mound here. And I think Phillies are a good underdog today. And I'm going to take Phillies +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at -180. Baltimore +155 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 44-27. The Rays 51-24. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.90. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 3.43. Bradish, his last start he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Glasnow, his last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Baltimore coming off a Cubs win. The Rays coming off back-to-back Padres losses. Baltimore is just 2-13 on the road against the Rays. So they have struggled against Tampa Bay here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers haven't given up too many runs here. And I like the Rays at home simply because Baltimore struggled on the road big time against Tampa Bay. And I'm going to roll with the Rays at home. Next matchup, we've got the Kansas City Royals versus the Detroit Tigers. Detroit opening up as home favorites at -145. Kansas City +120 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 19-53. The Tigers 31-40. Pitching for the Royals is Daniel Lynch with an ERA of 5.79. Pitching for the Tigers is Michael Lorenzen with an ERA of 4.23. Lynch, his last start he pitched 7 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lorenzen, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here. Royals 1-9 in their last 10, losing to Detroit yesterday 6-4. Detroit 4-1 in their last 5. Kansas City 0-8 on the road. And not the greatest pitching matchup on either end here. I think the over might be a good play as well. And I think I'm going to take the Tigers at home. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at -115. Toronto +105 with the over-under at 8. Toronto coming into this matchup 39-35. Miami 42-31. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.31. Pitching for the Marlins is Yuri Perez with an ERA of 1.80. Kikuchi, his last start he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Perez, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Toronto on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Miami yesterday 11-0. Disappointing loss for Toronto. Miami playing good right now. On a 5-game winning streak. They're pretty hot right now. Toronto just 2-5 on the road. Miami 7-0 at home. They're playing very good baseball here. Toronto 3-7 in their last 10. They have really not looked that good. Perez has been very good on the mound. It's only given up 1 run in his last 3 starts here. And I think I'm going to roll with the Marlins at home. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -130. The Pirates +115 with the over-under at 8. Cubs coming into this matchup 34-38. The Pirates 34-37. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 2.45. Pitching for the Pirates is Johan Oviedo with an ERA of 4.40. Stroman, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Oviedo, his last start he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Cubs beating Pitt yesterday 8-0. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And the Pirates, they are on a 7-game losing streak right now. They really are struggling. Cubs are 4-1 on the road against the Pirates. Stroman's been good on the mound here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Cubs on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Seattle Mariners versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -115. Seattle +105 with the over-under at 7. Seattle coming into this matchup 35-35. The Yankees 39-33. Pitching for the Mariners is George Kirby with an ERA of 3.24. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 2.75. Kirby, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Cole, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a White Sox win. Yankees coming off a 4-game losing streak, a 3-game losing streak against Boston. Pretty even pitching matchup here. And I think I'm going to take the Mariners on the road. Yankees been struggling, did not look good in that Boston series. And I'll take a shot with the Mariners +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Washington Nationals. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -145. Washington +120 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 30-43. Washington 27-44. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 3.91. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 3.74. Montgomery, his last start he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Gore, his last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. St. Louis on a 3-game winning streak, beating Washington 8-6 yesterday. Washington just 2-8 in their last 10. They're on a 4-game losing streak. Not the greatest matchup here. Both teams really have not been playing very well. They were able to pick up the win yesterday. Montgomery's been pretty good on the mound. Gore, he's been all right, coming off a 0-run game here. I still think there's good plus money with the Nationals. I mean, they almost got the cover yesterday, so I think I'm going to take Washington +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at -185. Colorado +140 with the over-under at 10. Colorado coming into this matchup 29-46. The Reds 38-35. Pitching for the Rockies is Noah Davis with an ERA of 6.17. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 4.07. Davis, his last start he pitched 2 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Lively, his last start he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Colorado on a 6-game losing streak, losing to the Reds yesterday 5-4. And the Reds still keeping their hot streak going. They're on a 9-game winning streak. Colorado 1-8 on the road against the Reds here, and yeah, I love what the Reds are doing. They're on fire, and I'm gonna roll with Cincinnati at home. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -250. Oakland plus 200 with the over/under at 9. Oakland coming into this matchup 19-55. Cleveland 33-38. Pitching for Oakland is Luis Medina with an ERA of 7.55. Pitching for the Guardians is Aaron Savale with an ERA of 2.67. Medina, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Savale, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Oakland on a 5-game losing streak right now. Cleveland coming off a nice Arizona win. Oakland is just 2-8 against Cleveland here, and yeah, I do like Savale on the mound. Medina's given up a lot of runs so far this season, and I'm gonna roll Cleveland at home. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -130. Boston plus 120 with the over/under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 38-35. Minnesota 36-37. Pitching for Boston is Carter Crawford with an ERA of 4.20. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 2.65. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Ober, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Boston on a 5-game winning streak, beating Minnesota 9-3 yesterday as an underdog. They are 4-1 against Minnesota, 8-4 on the road against Minnesota here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup, and I think Boston's a good underdog. I'll take the Red Sox plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -125. Arizona plus 105 with the over/under at 9. Arizona coming into this matchup 44-29. The Brewers 37-35. Pitching for Arizona is Riley Nelson with an ERA of 5.30. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Rea with an ERA of 4.71. Nelson, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rea, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Arizona beating the Brewers yesterday 9-1. Looked good yesterday. Brewers just 3-7 in their last 10. I mean, the only wins have been against the Pirates. Arizona 6-0 on the road right now. I mean, they're playing good. It's an even pitching matchup. I think they're a good underdog still. I'll take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at -145. The Mets plus 125 with the over/under at 7.5. Mets coming into this matchup 34-38. The Astros 39-34. Pitching for the Mets is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 4.40. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.27. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. The Mets beating the Astros 11-1 yesterday. Big win for the Mets as an underdog. Houston on a 5-game losing streak. They're struggling right now. You know, the Mets have not played well against Houston. Houston just has not looked good right now, and a pretty even pitching matchup. I think I'll take the Mets plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Chicago White Sox. Rangers opening up as road favorites at -135. The White Sox plus 115 with the over/under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 45-27. The White Sox 31-43. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA of 2.59. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 4.31. Eovaldi, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Cease, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. The Rangers on a 3-game winning streak, beating the White Sox yesterday 5-2. White Sox have, they've been struggling, 3-7 in their last 10. Eovaldi's been very good on the mound, coming off 2 kind of rougher games, but he's still been very good here. And I want to roll with the Rangers on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the San Francisco Giants. Padres opening up as road favorites at -115. The Giants +105 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 35-37. The Giants 40-32. Pitching for the Padres is Seth Lugo with an ERA of 4.10. Pitching for the Giants is Anthony DeSclafani with an ERA of 4.31. Lugo, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. DeSclafani, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Padres losing to the Giants yesterday 7-4. Giants are hot right now. They're on an 8-game winning streak. I mean, they're playing very good right now. Padres have been very good against the Giants here, but Giants they're hot right now. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers coming off a couple bad starts on the mound here, and I think I'm gonna take the Giants +1.5 at home. In the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Los Angeles Angels. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -125. LA +110 with the over-under at 9. Dodgers coming into this matchup 39-33. The Angels 41-33. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 2.95. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 4.48. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Dodgers coming off a 3-game losing streak against the Giants. Angels coming off a Kansas City win. Dodgers are 6-0 against LA. So they've been very good head-to-head. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Dodgers on the road in this one. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.